Good morning. It's Dave. We're doing a Dave Campbell short, and this one is going to be on Daniel, third chapter. And I just want you to read it for yourself. Always suggest you read everything for yourself, because that's the best way to let your brain work and ponder it for your own, through your own lens. But as I've been telling you guys, there's a lot of mysteries and a lot of codex that are woven in every story. This one is very fascinating because there's a parallel between Nebuchadnezzar getting angry. When he gets angry and has them cast into the fiery furnace, which is here. And when Jesus is on the Mount of Transfiguration, you're like, where's the parallel, Dave? It doesn't make any sense. Well, Peter, James, and John were on the Mount of Transfiguration when Jesus' face changed. And here we have Nebuchadnezzar, and we have three, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abed-Nego. And his face changes. Let me show you. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed. See it? So you're like, well, what in the world, Dave? I mean, you can connect these things, but there's nothing really there. Maybe there's one element or two elements of evidence, right? That there's connections. Well, I'm not going to be able to support this really well without having to really draw you graphs. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to ask you to read it for yourself and start thinking for yourself. But what I want you to start to see is that there are four elements, four parts, not three, in the Trinity. Dave, it's a Trinity. That means three, yes. But there are four parts. How do I prove it by Daniel 3? I can, but I'm not going to prove it to you this morning because it'll blow your brain. You've got to read this and start getting these constructs for yourself. But if you forward to John 1, let's go there. John, second John. Let's skip this quickly because you guys get upset with me if they're over 5 minutes. Oh, you can always stop it. You don't have to listen. Where's my John's? No, we want right at the very end of the Bible. John. First John, second John, third John. Where are you? There we go. All right. Watch this. For there are three that bear record in heaven. This is 1 John 5, And let's see, it's the 5th chapter. For there are 3 that bear record in heaven, the Father, the Word, and the Holy Ghost. And these 3 are one. Now look. Father, Word, Holy Ghost. That's 3, right? Wait a minute. What's this? Holy and Ghost. So the 3rd is actually split in 2. It's Holy and Ghost. So when you think of holy, you think of full life, right? The whole picture. Something alive and vibrant. When you think of ghost, you think of something dead, right? A spirit. So there's the combination of living and the dead, one and the other. Oh, the human person, Jesus Christ, right? A baby and a God. A human baby and a God. Is that right? And these 3 are one. There are 3 that bear witness in earth, the Spirit, the water, and the blood. And these 3 agree in one. What's the blood? Can we look at that? B-L-O-O-D. There's 2 O's in the word blood. Those letters together make the symbol 8 or infinity, don't they? 2 sides of infinity. The present meets in the middle. So there's your 4 elements in the natural world. Blood is where our DNA is carried, right? It's in the cells. DNA looks like a spiral helix, doesn't it? It's an information carrier. So it's carrier of a commandment. It's a carrier of a invisible word, but it certainly has impact on the material world, doesn't it? So you've got the holy and the ghost, the living and the dead, the spiritual having an impact on matter elements. So there's the interesting part of how those things agree together. Those 2 stories agree. All right, I'm going to explore this more and more. But I'm going to tell you the end of this whole book is that both sides of our nature, the spiritual and the flesh, the driving principle that we're missing is the heat, the fire. Fire is representative of lust, desire. Not only do we naturally desire to fulfill our hunger, right, and our desires in the flesh. We like to eat, we like to sleep, we like to mate, right? We like to own shiny things. That's a very normal thing. But the interaction of the Spirit is that this is realizing the Spirit also lusts for a place to live and a habitation. So that's where you have the 2, the one and the other, interacting together. And you have 3 and 1. You have one and another. So there's your puzzlement for the day. I didn't explain too much, but I like you to be puzzled, so you read it for yourself.